Life isn't happening to you, it's responding to you. So if you find yourself in the same patterns, cycles, or life situations over and over and over again, whether it be financial problems, bad relationship experiences, stress, lack of progress, never meeting your goals, guess what? The common denominator in all of those circumstances is you. I hate to read you like that, but I have to, because this realization when I was in my own personal self-development journey changed everything for me. In fact, it's the very reason as to why I'm sat here making YouTube videos now, because I was always in my victim mindset. I was always letting life happen to me and leaving my fate up in other people's hands. It wasn't until I took control of it by actually taking accountability for my role in everything that was going wrong in my life that things started to change, and very quickly. I finally stopped with the bad dating experiences and the constant breakups, because after my 4th breakup, I realized, yes, I didn't deserve this mistreatment. Yes, I deserve better, but also, why do I keep allowing myself to be in these situations? I can't control what other people do to me, but I can control which people I allow access to me. I can control which standards I decide to set. Your life is simply a reflection of your choices and your mindset. If you don't like where you are, you can simply change what you are doing, and that is what this video is about. It's a reality check. It's time to call you out and show you how to actually take control of your reality and use all of the things you actually have control over to transform your life and stop just letting things happen to you, because I am sick of it. Your potential is so high and it is so limitless, and it is time to start acting and living like that. A lot of this video is going to be about taking responsibility and accountability, but none of that is about shame or self-guilt. It's about power. It's about recognizing your role and your ability to actually be able to take your life into your own hands. Right before we get into it, this video has been brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform built for entrepreneurs to be able to succeed and stand out online. So whether you're just starting out and you've just got the idea that you want to be a businesswoman, Squarespace has all of the tools that you would need to keep leveling up. And that's because Squarespace allows you to create a beautiful, professional looking website with their wide array of templates. They allow you to engage with your audience and sell absolutely anything, whether it be products, content, or your time, all in one place and on your own terms. Even if you do social media like me, you can have a website and another revenue stream so easily by utilizing building your own Squarespace website, because they allow you to sell your content. This could be content that you are already putting out there, put it onto Squarespace, and then behind a paywall. This way, it's easier than ever to be able to professionally and properly sell this to your audience. And then all you have to do is choose what price you want to sell it at, and whether it's going to be a one-time fee or a subscription, and you're done. On the other hand, if you are more of a service-based business, then Squarespace has all of the invoicing tools you would need to keep growing. You can invoice clients and get paid for your services, turn leads into clients with proposals, estimates, and contracts, and manage your service business on one platform. That way, if you're like me and you like to be balancing so many things at so many different times, you can do that because Squarespace has all of these tools that are making it super easy. And that leads me onto design intelligence. This is one of Squarespace's AI-powered features, and it's been specifically designed so that you can unlock your strongest creative potential. Design intelligence helps anyone build a more beautiful, personalized website tailored to their unique needs, and even craft a bespoke entire digital identity that you will need to use across multiple platforms. As a girl that started a business way back in 2017 and didn't know about any of these tools, this is insane, because it's really making owning a business, having a website so much easier, because now you get to look like a pro even if you've never done this before. So you guys can check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and whenever you're ready to launch, come back to this video and use my unique link in the description. That's squarespace.com/tamkaur, and that will get you 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. You are the reason your life is hard, because you cannot stop playing the victim card. You're complaining. Life isn't fair, the world isn't fair, people are mean, people mistreat me, I'm never given opportunities, but I'm so talented, or I'm so skilled, or I've worked really hard at this and nobody's seeing me, nobody's watching me, nobody's treating me fairly, people play favorites, men are trash, nobody dates properly anymore, why is this happening to me, I can't get anything right. I totally get and understand every single one of those things. Every single one of your problems and complaints are indeed valid, but just because it's valid doesn't mean you need to focus all of your thought and attention onto it, because complaining, blaming, and feeling hopeless is hard, it's difficult, it doesn't feel nice, but it is the easier option. There's a reason why you're doing it, and there's a reason why it feels so comfortable, because it is really hard to own your truth, your mistakes, and how you could be underselling yourself. And so the simplest way that you can break out of victim mentality is to go from, why is this happening to me? Why is this way? To, What can I do about it? What control and resources and power and skills and mindset shifts can I utilize to change my reality, take control of it, and get what I need to despite everything going wrong or everything being stressful or other people just focusing on what serves them best? The temporary difficulty of learning to detach and let things go that's happening all around you, and instead owning your truth and what you can do and being accountable, leads to long-term satisfaction and joy and a life you actually want to live. Anything worth having or doing is always going to be met with that initial discomfort and difficulty in the beginning. Remember that. If it feels too easy, if it feels too comfortable to blame others or hate on them or wonder why nothing works for you, that's not actually productive and it's not actually serving you or getting you anywhere. It's just comforting your ego. It feels nice because you're being in touch with your emotions, and we do love that, but eventually it does need to come to a stop so you can put action to fix the problem. Nobody is coming to save you. So for example, what I do in my personal life is I am always believing and affirming the fact that the universe always serves me and the universe is always looking out for me regardless of what is happening. I could be having the worst week. I could have problems in my job. At the beginning of this year, I had to change around my team and it was the most stressful thing ever. I felt like everything was crumbling down. And even though it was really tough on me mentally and I recognized that and I sat with those emotions, I also knew and still believed this is all just working for the bigger picture. This all needs to happen is just an inevitable part of the journey for everything on my vision board to come true. Because I asked for those things. I know exactly where I want to be. I meditate on it and visualize it all the time. I can only get those things based on the lessons I'm going to learn on the journey I am given from the universe to become the type of person that can achieve those things. That is how it works. You don't get to ask for £1 million and then get it in your bank account the next day. You get the journey to become the type of person that would be able to acquire those £1 million. That's going to be difficulty in your workplace. That's probably going to be you getting fired so then you can be inspired to start your own business. That's going to be you having technical difficulties and customer service problems in your business, so then you learn a lesson on how to better handle it and then you become a better business person as a result. That's the difference. Problems aren't unfair. They can actually be seen as gifts that are just helping you become the person who lives the life you've always asked for. You just need to see it that way. And this leads me on to my next point. Life feels so hard because we decide that we're going to deny ourselves happiness in every single waking moment. It's always, what's next? But what about this? But what about that person? But what do they think about me? But was I good enough? What if they judge me? And what about that person thinks about me? But what if I don't do well? What if I fail? What if I don't get the job? It's all these stresses of what ifs, and they are always attached to negative outcomes. No wonder your life feels so negative and hard and stressful. We get to decide what thoughts we have. A lot of the time, of course, thoughts do pop into our head because maybe our fight or flight response has been activated, or maybe we genuinely are really stressed out and something really unfortunate is happening to us, but we do get to choose our second, third, and fourth thoughts. The thoughts that we are going to bring into our mindset to respond to the first anxious thought. But when you don't do that, when you let your mind just run wild, you are the one that's furthering your stress response. You are the one that is making sure a bad hour turns into a bad day, which turns into a bad week, and then therefore a bad life. You are the one that is damaging your self-worth and your self-confidence because you are thinking about every single possible thing that is going wrong, when the very, very simple shift of taking back control of your reality and your self-concept and your mindset is, let me think of the best case scenario. What's the point in being stressed twice? If something bad happens, it happens and I'll deal with that when it comes. But until then, I'm gonna be visualizing everything going just as I planned and then some. What if I meet amazing people there? What if I get the job and then within a year I get my first promotion? What if I have the best day ever and I meet somebody new? What if I make the memories of a lifetime today? And the difference there is, even with something that's nerve-wracking and stressful, you are choosing to lift yourself up by visualizing everything going right and you actually being amazing in that interview or that job or that opportunity or that networking event, which is therefore raising your self-esteem and your confidence and your self-concept and making you feel good. You feel confident, you feel happy. You're actually now looking forward to going to that place or doing the thing because of the thoughts you were choosing to experience about it. And so with this, we need to start allowing ourselves to be be happy by practicing the law of detachment. And in a nutshell, that's all about just letting things be, just waiting to see how they turn out, not attaching yourself to anyone or anything and depending on certain circumstances in order to be happy or fulfilled or satisfied, because you were already giving all of that to yourself. Then we have emotions, which if not controlled properly can really ruin somebody's life. If you just allow your emotions to run wild and you haven't figured out how to control them and use them in the best way, or at least prioritize logic over emotion, you are gonna have the most stressful, chaotic life ever. Emotions are temporary. I'm sure so many people can relate that are watching this video right now where something has happened and then you got really riled up or really angry, or maybe you cried about something and then the next morning you wake up and you're like, you feel more clear. You have clarity. You feel a little bit more focused. You can think about it more clearly. The emotion is still there, but it's not at its height, which is making you want to scream and shout and be super upset and just act on all of this emotion. You recognize, I don't like this situation or I don't feel great about it, and that's fine, but you can think with your head clearly about the best solution that is going to serve you, that aligns to you and where you want to be. And you can be a little bit more strategic with how you're going to deal with difficult situations in life, which is essential to living a life that you actually like and enjoy and isn't met with so much difficulty because you are acting out without thinking about it first. Because think about it, acting out of anger and just choosing to scream and swear because that's how you feel about it in the moment, it ruins friendships, it ruins relationships, it creates these moments with people that you care about that you are just never able to take back. And had you just gone away for an hour and then come back, you would have been able to communicate your issue much more clearly and not said something that you would have regretted or would have hurt that other person that you care about and want to keep in your life for the foreseeable. When you focus on your emotion of fear, it keeps you stagnant, it keeps you stuck, it holds you back from doing things that are going to help you grow and meet your highest potential. And so you can finally take control of your life, and life feels a lot easier when you replace that emotion with logic. And a really easy way to do this is to ask yourself, is this situation going to matter in 5 minutes, in 5 months, or in 5 years? I learned these questions so many years ago. I have learned to ask it to myself every single time I'm stressing about something, and the way it brings me right back down to earth, I'm like, this is just a temporary problem. In 3 months' time, by summertime, I'll be fine. I won't even think about this. I'll look back and I'll laugh at this one day. And so it doesn't actually deserve all of these tears or this anger, because it's simply just a temporary issue. And it's going to be put to bed in a matter of days or in a matter of weeks, and then I'll never have to worry about it again. It's not this life-defining moment that's going to ruin everything for me, but because of those instant emotions we feel, it makes us think that that's happening until we start using our logic by answering those questions and we calm ourselves down a little bit. And the answer to these questions helps you respond more rationally and logically to that person or that situation. Your life is also hard because you're too scared. You're just stuck in this fear mode. I have seen so much online about the fear of being seen. I want to be an influencer, or I want to do this, or I want to really express my passions or be a singer or an artist, but what are people from high school going to say about me? You are denying yourself your joy, your abundance, your success that has your name written all over it, okay? You are ignoring your full potential out of the anxiety and fear of a potential negative consequence from people you don't even talk to anymore, from people you never even cared about in the first place. How crazy. And so our mind plays tricks on us. It makes us think, oh, but people are so judgy and they're so mean. You don't know that. You're predicting what they might think about you. And let's say, for the benefit of the doubt, these people are judging you. Not the end of the world. Every single person in the world gets judged and bullied and insulted. Your favorite celebrities, your favorite artists, your favorite authors all have bad reviews on stuff that they put out that you just absolutely love. And so therefore, the judgment and the negative criticism aren't actually valid. They are just an opinion. Something that's always helped me with this fear and anxiety of putting myself out there and allowing myself to be perceived in my utmost authenticity is I think about my idols, the people that I feel like have inspired me growing up to be a creative. I've always loved watching their movies or listening to their music, for example. And I think to myself, how much I would have been robbed from lessons and joy and art that I've enjoyed consuming if they decided to give in and throw in the towel because they were judged and insulted, which they absolutely were. Imagine if your favorite artists and authors and idols gave up because they feared being too seen. And they would have sacrificed maybe every single award they ever won, every single person's lives that they impacted through their work. That could be you. And so it just goes to show there's quite literally no point in being scared. And I recently made an entire video on this, so if you feel like this is really impacting you, you can watch it right over here. Because again, while putting yourself out there can be scary, and that is a very valid thought and circumstance and potential outcome, you choosing to sit in that fear and allowing it to affect you taking action, allowing it to make you sit at home and do nothing and just be held back from what you actually want to do, that is a choice. That is a choice you are making. That is you allowing the temporary emotion of being fearful to control and run your life. And so the solution to this is to simply reframe your perception of how you're choosing to see it, because being perceived doesn't need to be a vulnerability. It doesn't need to be this huge anxiety-inducing thing. It can actually be an amazing gift that gives you the opportunity to connect with people that actually belong in your life, to connect with people that actually align with you and understand you, because the more that you show up as your true authentic self, yes, you are going to push a lot of people away in the process of doing that, but you're also going to attract all of the right people because you are going to be giving off the energy that you want in your life because you are aligning to it. One of my absolute favorite ways of taking back control of maybe a bad or slumpy, stagnant phase I'm going through is my systems, is doing a life audit. Taking a step back from all of the emotion that maybe I'm really overwhelmed with and thinking what's not working and what can I do to fix it? Because that's the only productive end to all of this. If I just sit here and wallow in the fact that, oh, the weather's really bad outside, or oh, I don't feel productive, or oh, I'm not motivated, that's nothing. That's just an endless cycle of feeling sorry for myself and actually never finding a way out of it. While I am all for sitting with your emotions and allowing yourself to have a few off days, you need to know the direction to the exit out of that situation, and the only direction is to get up and take some action once you're ready to do that. And so my favorite way is thinking, what's not working? Is it my work? What's not working about that? Okay, I'm not motivated. Okay, really easy fix. Let me go out and work in a cafe. Let me call up my friend and have a study session with them, so then I'm more accountable and it makes studying more fun, and then I can get back into the flow of it. Let me watch a productivity video or podcast to just re-inspire myself and give myself the lessons I need to be able to stay consistent. Or if I look at my life as a whole and I think, okay, my mental health isn't that great right now, and it's affecting a lot of things. And while I can't fully control that, what I do know is if I just focus on hacking my happy hormones and the habits under that, I'm already making significant progress to feeling a lot better and happier about my life. So for example, movement, fresh air, dancing, having some time with a close friend. Sunlight is so important. When I was going through my seasonal sadness these last few weeks, I made it my mission to go out on a walk around nature to get that fresh air and that movement in every single day. Whilst I couldn't control the weather or the fact that my mental health was really affected by it, I could control going out and doing these habits that served me rather than staying in bed really, really late and scrolling on my phone. If your life audit is saying that you feel really, really lonely, okay, let's set up a system where once a week you have to take yourself out on a solo date, and once a month you're going to do some research on Facebook groups you can join, networking events that you can go to, and things like that to actually start to move closer towards your goal. And lastly for this video, I really want to talk about self-control and other people, because I think this is a huge factor in feeling hopeless about your life, in feeling like other people are making your life hard or that things are just unfair for you. Now notice how I said self-control. A lot of us know what self-control means, you know, maybe controlling your emotions, controlling your actions, controlling your reactions to things. But when I say self-control, I mean you can only control yourself. No one else outside of that. There is no point trying to control the way that your friends are treating you and the fact that they're not inviting you to things. There is no point in trying to control what people on social media's opinions may be of you. There is no point in trying to control what your boyfriend wants to do or the way that your date might be acting. But what you can control is what you are allowing yourself to put up with. What you can control is when you decide to walk away from people. And the easiest reminder to make sure you stay consistent with that promise of being a self-controlling person is to ask yourself, is this situation or this person or this circumstance serving my current ego or my emotional reaction or my current worries and stress, or is it serving my ideal future self and future life? That will give you all of the clarity you need to understand if I should keep putting up with this and keep fighting for it, or if I should let it go, because my current stress and emotion is clouding my judgment. This isn't even who I want to be with. This isn't even where I want to be. This doesn't even align with what I'm working towards. And with this, it's so important to be fussy and picky with the type of people that you surround yourself with, because it's no question as to why you feel shy and nervous nervous and insecure about setting up an account on TikTok to be an influencer when the people that you surround yourself with are closed-minded and judgment and talk bad about people that do that? No wonder you feel scared and nervous to do that, because the conversations they are having, the energy and the opinions that they are always expressing around you are infiltrating your self-concept, your perception of the world, and your opinions on things. So please choose carefully, because the people that you talk to, the people you spend time with, the people where you're listening to them ranting or their opinions on things, it is affecting and influencing your energy, your thoughts, and your mindset. Even if you decide that you're not going to let it, you can't help it. That's just inevitable. So I really want you to take a hard, close look at these other people, because it is influencing the way that you are looking at the world. If you are around people who are also hopeless, who are also playing the victim card, that is also contributing to the reason as to why you are looking at the world in that way. The right people are gonna help you fall in love with yourself and fall in love with life so much more, because these people have healed and they've worked on themselves and they're confident and they're joyous and they've learnt to step away from maybe their past experiences in feeling like a victim, and they've learnt to romanticize life and find the joy in it. And just by surrounding yourself with them, you are going to start to think in such a similar way, and that is such an easy way to make your life so much more enjoyable and so much easier. So stop taking advice from people who aren't where you want to be. Cut out all sorts of persistent negativity in your life. Find mentors who are going to inspire you on your journey. Connect with Facebook groups and people on social media who are in a similar position to you, and make those internet friends. Consume valuable content online. I know watching podcasts and reading the right books have made me feel so seen and so connected, even though an actual person isn't there, and that's what's fueled me and given me the confidence to pursue the things I want. And lastly, build a strong support system. And if you don't have anyone there yet, build it with yourself. I went through a period of isolation myself, and whilst it did get lonely at times, just being by myself and choosing how I want to think about things and the way that I want to respond to things and how I feel about doing certain things, again, helped me be so confident and didn't allow other people's limiting mindsets to intercept my decisions or bring in negative energy to my life, because I was working on it so hard by myself. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this reality check. If you want more videos like this, where I'm going to give you some harsh truths and some solutions, then please comment down below, reality check video, and I'll be looking through as many as I can and also responding, and I will definitely bring up more videos like this if you want them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you same time next week on Friday for a brand new video. Bye! The common denominator in all of those bad situations is you. Not me spilling my tea. Damn. Right, the show must go on.